Thank God it's Friday. We'll talk about it after the 30. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Ooh, it is Friday. It is Pride weekend for a lot of people. So TGIF. Now, let me say this for you all going to these Pride events. Please be vigilant. Please know your surroundings. With so much happening out there, y'all be careful. Be careful on Pride. I'm really not doing a whole lot for Pride this year. I'm going to spend some alone time with my significant other, and I'm doing some religious services for Pride. But first of all, it's 103 degrees right now. So, I ain't trying to be out in that sun and all of that. But we're doing something Sunday, and I'm participating in that. Yeah, even with that, just be very careful with all the things that are going on in our society, how people are doing evil things. I just say you all be careful, know your exits, keep your eye out on people, be extra cautious and aware, because it is Pride Month and we have a lot of people who, they just can't let people live their best life. And so we have a lot of mentally unstable people who, you know, try to harm people. So just be careful out there on Pride. So just wanted to say that. So y'all, TGIF, I wanted to come on and just talk. Y'all, I have been on a lot. And the reason being is I have time. And stuff has happened that has been interesting. It started off as a real slow week. Slow, very slow week. And then with William Carruthers kicked that thing out. I mean, William Carruthers kicked that thing off. Um, you know, and I thought that was really interesting. And it seems like Read My Book is telling it, honey. She's telling it. So I thought that was really interesting. So shout out to William Carruthers for all the drama. Uh, and so, yeah. And then, of course, we had the situation with On-Site April. And y'all, I like On-Site April and I like James. And I think On-Site April and James will be okay. I think On-Site was saying, I respect you. I really like you, James, but I'm going to tell you how I feel. James was like, well, okay then, but these other people said that you didn't do anything about it. But April was like, well, you know, yeah, but James was like, why didn't you call me? And April's like, well, why didn't you call me? So I think that they need to get it together. Now you do have some content creators who have fallen out with people trying to make an even greater divide. And I think that's really interesting. I think if you like a content creator, you try to keep peace. You try to be diplomatic. Some of y'all I could care less being diplomatic with because y'all just messy from the gate. You messy from get go. So it's no need to even try to be nice because you just always been messy. So it is what it is. But I met April. April is sweet. And of course, James is cool. I've never had a problem. Me and James didn't have an agreement. And, I talked about the leather group. And of course, I was talking about Troutmouth not getting in. I don't know if because he wasn't sexy enough or he didn't have enough clout or that romper he wore was atrocious. And it was like anybody who wear that. Mm-mm. So I don't know what it was. However, it did hit back and reflect. And like I said, I don't know his brother. I wouldn't go in there, but You know, I knew the history of that particular organization. No big whoop though, because a lot of professional people in there. We just didn't see eye to eye, and we moved on. That's what civil grown people do. You move on. So I hope they be all right. But I would say to April is to be just very careful who you meet. People can't hold water, honey. And this is what I'm saying, y'all. We're seeing the April and the James situation, which I don't think Ness and this heat ever um, anticipated happening this way, but it's to their advantage. You got two content creators fighting, it's giving drama, and you got Troutmouth who don't get along with James anymore, and you got Ness and this heat. So it's almost like I'm gonna push you and pump you up. You shouldn't be scared of that Joker. And it's really because they ain't friends with the Joker. And they got issues. So I see it that way. So hopefully On-Site is smart enough to be diplomatic, stand her ground in what she believes, James what he perceives, and go on. It could have been bad, but April didn't come off as belligerent and crazy. I think she just thought that James was low T shading her. And James was like, well, you were talking about people in the audience, but some of this was meant for me. So that's not to get off of what we saw in Miami. Because again, James and April stuff, it can be rectified. If not, they're going to live. They'll live. They'll live. I'll say that. But let's not forget the body language, this heat, and Ness. It seems like somebody had a little too much of the fruit of the vine. Somebody was feeling a little free, maybe a little too free. And it seems like this heat is a very conservative lesbian. She seems like she's a very introverted person and doesn't like a lot of hoopla and very private. And it seems like Ness, maybe an open book, no filters, and body language and things that were said and things that were not said. And it was interesting to me. And I thought it was very interesting that people had a very, very vested interest in their relationship. It seems like women perked up. And then when Ness came in, folk was a little aggressive, if you will. And I thought that was interesting. And then the poll came out saying, who gonna drop who? Will it be Ness or will it be this heat? And of course, when I last saw the daggone poll, it was almost 76% that this heat gonna drop Ness. Now, I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but I do think that these two need to cool their jets on YouTube because, honey, these folks, let me tell you something, they don't like relationships. They don't like people being happy. And I'm telling you, it's really, really interesting of what's going on. And so I think that Ness is a little too free. I think Ness may not have a filter. And I think that may irk or bother this heat. Okay? This heat, let me put it this way. This heat reminds me of Wolverine. People swore that Wolverine was doing this and he wasn't that and da da da. Let me tell you something. You can't fake with driving a Maybach. You can't fake driving a car like that or rent one. No, you can't do that. And I think that this heat is kind of like a Wolverine figure. Not saying that she like Wolverine, but like a Wolverine figure that I got it. And I don't care what y'all say, I know what I got. And I think that people have come together and now they're really feeling each other and what's going on. And I don't know. Things happen when folk go home. Things happen when folk go home. And even though this James and April thing has taken kind of a forefront, I still haven't forgotten the actions, the facial expressions, the hey, why don't you be quiet? That type of thing. People saying that Ness seems more, she was melding more with on-site April than this Heat. Well, I don't think he rented his. I don't think he rented his. Let me say this. I have no doubt that Wolverine is doing what Wolverine does. No doubt. No doubt. I find out that on these YouTube B sector streets that we don't like black excellence. We want everybody to have a sob story. Everybody ain't on drugs. Everybody didn't come from abusive households. There are some people who've made it. There are some people who really changed the trajectory of their life. They could have done. And it seems like we really despise people who do that. Now, like I told you all, I don't have no problem with living in a trailer up until age 4, and then living down the street in the hood from the trailer with 2 project complexes on either side of where our house was. I mean, it just shows me in America, you can do what you want to do. And in spite of the adversities and the racism and all of this stuff, if your mind is determined to do something, you can do it. Sometimes it's not the white folk that's our problem. Sometimes it's us, because we can't stand other folk to be successful. We can't stand if they live in a nice house. We can't stand if they can get a car, and then when somebody throws it back, then it's a problem. When they throw back reality to you, then it's a problem. And I just think it's really interesting. And I'm not saying all the people in the black sector, but y'all, let me tell you something. You'll be hard pressed to not have a story of when somebody tried to improve themselves and do well, and folk always like, oh, you just think you this or you think you that. I see it with properly bona fide. Properly bona fide is bona fide. Let me tell you something. I know we can go back and forth, but baby, sister got her degree, and sister has a pretty set career. Wolverine have a pretty set career. There are some people who are doing some things. Now, what I will say is that I don't think what I do should be put in somebody's face, but this is the beef sector, and sometimes you get it where you live it. And I mean, but I hear a lot of stuff that's like, are you serious? And then we see a lot of things, and when you tell people, why are these women fighting on YouTube, or like when we saw Queen 88 and Cream fight, I thought it was despicable, because it could have ruined somebody's life. Somebody could have went to jail. Somebody could have been mortally wounded. So that's all I'm saying. And then sometimes you have undercover fans and don't even know it. I find it funny that when we were in elementary school, the boy who used to hit on the girl all the time, he really liked her, but he couldn't express it. So he would pull her hair or kick her or try to do, honey, we got a lot of that too. And I'm going to say this, as much as people are talking about Miss Heat and how she look and all of that stuff, honey, them lesbians are intrigued by this Heat. How many people gave $20? Now, you may not have given $20, but $20 was given. And again, I see what J-Dunn is doing, but nobody ain't checking for J-Dunn like that. Nobody, I mean, no slight to J-Dunn, but nobody ain't paying J-Dunn $20 to show her face. No slight to J-Dunn. But again, So it's a lot of little jealousy. Now, people say Miss Heat look like Droopy the dog, and people say that she look like the Ninja Turtle and stuff. But baby, people are intrigued, and them lesbiterians and them secret lesbiterians and them leading lesbiterians are all over there when she come on. And this is the thing. To this Heat. See, Miss Heat, I think people really don't like you for you. I think people like you for what, and they think you have a nice relationship. And people trying to do everything to be the next or break it up. But this is the sad part about it. People will use you and leave you cold. And the only reason why they wanted you, because it was the thrill of the chase to take somebody away. And once they accomplish their goal, they're on to the next pursuit. I just think that some people are scared of love, or some people don't know when they got something good because they used to ratchet all the time. It's almost that lady who say, "Ooh, you got money. Ooh, you got money. Oh my God, you buying a happy, oh, you buying a super size, bitch, you got money." And it's almost like that. So we'll see what happens. Now, I hope the love continues. I hope if they really love each other, that it grows and they get through this. But baby, it's after the gate to really determine if you're going to be together or not. Now, let me say this. Now, Pisa said that she is a married woman and she's strictly dickly. That's what she said. I've heard her say those things. But a lot of people have hit me up saying, "Ooh, I don't know." They said, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Jay. I don't know." Oh, we have J-Dunn in here. What John say? Are you checking for me? No, I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not, J-Dunn. I'm really not. I'm really not. But I am saying that people are interested in Miss Heat in a relation. Now, J-Dunn, maybe if you get a relationship and you make it public, maybe the girls will be trying to come and get you. But right now, you don't have a public relationship. And so the girls ain't giving you 10 cents, but the girls say you seem like you mad because Les and this Heat is together and you stalking the girls. That's what they saying. Now, like I said, you can take that how you want to. But hey, it is what it is. And somebody told me that our this Heat had a six-pack. J-Dunn, you got a six-pack. That's what they say. They say Miss Heat is built like an old nasty piece of Marine soldier girl. That's what they say, J-Dunn. They say that girl got a six-pack. That's what I hear. And they say the women crushing. Now, I'm just saying, J-Dunn. I mean, you got BET and all, but they say this Heat got cheddar honey. She got coins. Okay, she ain't doing what you're doing. She don't have to be waiting for the next show. That's what the people say, girl. Cause I'm not. I got somebody, boo. So I don't need to worry about no six pack. I'm not stalking nobody, boo. I don't need no six pack. Baby, I'm 53 years old. I don't need no six pack. I sure don't. But I tell you what, my stomach is down, and I guarantee you I get in my pants quicker than you can get in yours. I tell you that much. But first of all, I ain't stalking nobody. See, that's the thing, J-Dunn. I'm not putting people's stuff on community walls and stuff, boo-boo. Okay, that's all I'm saying, J-Dunn. I'm just saying why people are checking for this Heat. And maybe if you had a little partner or something, folk be trying to get to your little chicklet tea. But obviously that's not the case right now. And y'all making y'all self look real thirsty over there. And y'all can call this Busted lip. Y'all can call Ness whatever y'all want to, but honey, yeah, she up in the suite in Miami. That's all I can say. Child. Now, I hope it lasts though, because people trying to tear it up. That's it. Well, that's okay then. No, nobody ain't making no assumption. What we said is it's not public, J-Dunn. Now, J-Dunn, with all of them degrees you have, I didn't say you didn't have anybody, boo. I said that you ain't public. And that may be the issue. Okay? I don't know who you might have. I really don't care. I don't really check for you that way. So I don't know why you get in touch in your spirit. J-Dunn, so many hours. Girl, don't be getting in touch in your spirit. Okay? Don't be getting in touch in your spirit. I'm just saying that people are focused on this in this heat. And I mean, you doing some things. But J-Dunn, I got a question for you. Why are you so interested in Ness in this heat relationship? I mean, you just being messy? I'm just asking. Because what I have never done is try to poke into another man's relationship. I'm just saying. Well, I don't watch you, J-Dunn. And again, that's my opinion. J-Dunn, I didn't say anything derogatory towards you. I'm just saying that people are paying attention to this heat and Ness. And you got in your feelings because I guess your name was mentioned. But girl, it's not that deep. It's not that deep, J-Dunn. So anyway, let me go back. Okay, well, J-Dunn, that's you. I haven't called your probation officer, J-Dunn. Okay, once that thing was over with, I was done. Once you and Bambi don't had settled it and the gavel was hit, girl, and you was given that sentence, I moved on. So you need to be taking that up with the people with the probation. So if that's your reason, girl, you keep it up, boo. Keep it up. Keep it up. I hope you don't find yourself in another court. People just don't learn. Okay, you gave me the answer, J-Dunn. J-Dunn said as long as people are calling her probation officer, she gonna be on their neck. Okay, J-Dunn. That sounds like a very educated answer. That sounds something like what an educated woman would do. She would be on people's necks. Keep it up, girl. We did it, Joe. Keep on. But anyway, y'all, the big thing is, will it last? So again, before J-Dunn came in and tried to make it about her, let me get on topic because you know, honey, these soul snatchers, child. So anyway, I just saw, like I said, some of the body language and all of this stuff in Miami, and I'm like, is it gonna work? So we will see after. But Mad Day, I hope it doesn't come. And I'm gonna say this: I hope that Ness and this heat remain what they need to be, and if they don't make it, that they at least be cool with each other. Because, honey, I tell you, on Mad Day, it will be really ugly, really ugly, really ugly. Okay, J-Dunn. All right, you made your point, boo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is really about Ness and this heat and what we saw in Miami and stuff. Were you in Miami, J-Dunn? Whenever I was in Miami, I stayed at the window. And girl, whenever I was anyhow. So it's going to be really interesting. Oh, so y'all, I know some things. I'm not saying anything, but some things get ready to come out, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But people be doing the most. J-Dunn, I'm not annoyed. I'm just doing my show, girl. I'm just driving to a rehearsal. I'm just chit-chatting, girl. Nobody ain't annoyed. Why you seem annoyed, girl? I mean, weren't you the one who was doxing people? Weren't you one who put my phone number out there? It seems like you are the annoyed one because people who annoyed do that high school foolish junk like you do. Now, if I was annoyed, yeah, I would call your job. If I was annoyed, I would do a whole lot of stuff. But you know what? I understand that that elevator don't go all the way up to the top. It seems like, you're good at the academic thing, but when it comes to having a filter and being a reasonable adult, you lack that. So I'll give it to you. That's why I overlook some of your ignorance. Not ignorance, but your ignorance, and keep on moving because I know you don't know no better. And you might have had a mama who spoiled you too much and gave you everything, which you really needed some discipline. That's what you probably lack. But I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed, not at all. Because I know what YouTube is and I know what I use it for. And you could never annoy me. Never. Because I know who J-Dunn the person is. And this is why you don't come on my platform anymore. I will address you in his, but you'll never come on my platform because, yeah, you're an untrustworthy person. And like I said, J-Dunn, we really don't have too much to say because, again, we met each other. And what you did was bullcrap. And you broke a rule. And I'm done with you. And I see you like Rico doing the porn bomb. And that's how I view you, man. So we good, sis. We good. You owe me nothing. You've been paid. We don't have nothing to do with you. I know who you are, but that's it. So anybody who can be so charming and endearing and you can have conversation with, but then they can flip the script in a minute and do this, I don't have nothing to do with because people like you get folk killed. So I don't know, that switch ain't flipping somewhere, but God bless you, sis. And you have a great day. I'm not annoyed by you. But I can tell when you get annoyed because you tend to do irrational things. And because you hurt, it's your job to hurt other people. Because you can't take YouTube stuff. I guess you can't roast and gag. So this is what you do. And it's very weak. It's very weak. And I know who you are. So again, I'm not annoyed by you. I'm not intimidated by you. I pity you. I pity you. Someone with such great intelligence, someone with all of these jobs and all of this stuff, but yet so emotionally damaged that you have to put women's pictures up and do all of this doxing and stuff. And it's sad. It's sad. No, and I'm just responding. I'm just responding to you, J-Dunn. So since you want the attention, I'm giving you the attention you want. I think it's sad, J-Dunn. And I wish we could have a serious conversation, but you went beyond the point of no return with me, and you don't annoy me at all. I just see you as a subcontractor and nothing more, nothing less. You're an ends to a means to an end. That's it. That's it. I'm not serious about it, boo. It's just a check, baby. It's just you just subcontract this, boo. That's all. We just subcontractors. That's all. We just subcontractor, boo. I met you once. I thought you was a cool person, and you showed me otherwise. So I don't have nothing. You're a subcontractor to me. You don't annoy me at all. I don't allow you to. Again, J-Dunn, I'm sure you said many things about me, but I don't have to run to your platform or your channel. But you always over here. And you the one who seemed like a fan. If you're not a fan, then I'm surprised that you over here. I'm just saying, girl. So y'all interesting. Y'all interesting individuals, I tell you. But don't you ever get in your mind that you annoy me and stuff. I'm just disappointed. I thought you were just a better person. And that was my error in judgment. Note well taken. And trust me, I got the memo. We good. Love you, mean it. All right. Moving right along. Okay, what's up, April? April. I hope y'all, I just hope things work out. It's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on, child. But it's all good over here. Now, let me say this. That's what a lot of people say, Biggie Face Shy, y'all. I really don't know. I don't really know what to think. I really don't know what to think. So let me say this, y'all. Juicecation is going on. July the 17th, you have to have your last payment in. But y'all, juicecation gonna be on. I feel it in my bones, honey. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Ooh, I feel it in my. I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it in my feet. I can feel it all over me. I can feel it. I can feel it. I feel it, baby. And juicecation gonna be on. We gonna have some good times. We gonna laugh. We gonna electric slide, baby. We gonna have a good time. Ooh, we gonna talk mess pants fades. Oh my God, we gonna have a good time. Somebody gonna get drunk and fall in the pool, and we gonna laugh, girl. We gonna have a good time. So all I'm telling to y'all is get yourself ready for juicecation. Now, I do want to share this. If you all don't want to have a car, I would highly suggest that you look at the Comfort Inn North and the Comfort Inn Miami International Airport. They have a shuttle that will take you from the airport to the hotel, and the hotel has a shuttle from the hotel to the port. I would ask that you call ahead to make sure. I went online to look at that, and free transportation, and that's what they have. Let me say, y'all, my whole focus is the cruise. I'm from Florida. I done seen Miami. I've been in Miami. I lived in Miami for 5 years. It's a growing city. I just want to be rested and be ready for the cruise. That's what I want. So now, I know the True is a good hotel. We mentioned the Homestead Suites by Hilton, I believe. True by Hilton, Homewood Suites, and then a Loft, and I think that's a Marriott product. But the Comfort Inn and Suites Airport. Now the Comfort Inn and Suites is on par with like a Spring Hill Suites. A nice hotel. It's clean, and you're gonna get free breakfast, free parking, that kind of stuff. But the deal is, though, they have a van that picks you up from the airport, takes you to the hotel, and then they will take you to the port of Miami. So you might want to look at that. But I will say again, call to make sure. I want to say that. Make sure you call to make sure. But baby, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna have a good time on the cruise. I'm looking forward to seeing some people. I do ask that let's have a good time, child. Let's have a good time, And let me say this, y'all. Don't be caught up trying to have a moment. Just have a good time. This is vacation. Folk don't have time for no foolery on their vacation. Now, I can't tell people what to do, and I'm not trying to tell people what to do. Our focus is to have a good time, and that's what we want to do. True by Hilton is by the port of Miami. Aloft is by the port of Miami. Homewood Suites by Hilton is by the Port of Miami. Um, Now, a lot of the hotels, they have Yves, and then they have a hotel called Yowie, I think, and those are really nice boutique hotels. And but you pay for everything. Now, the Comfort Inn in Miami International Airport and Miami North, they are airport hotels, but they're about 5 miles away from the port. But they offer free transportation to the port. So just wanted to keep that in mind. So just keep that in mind, you all. But some of you all don't mind doing an Uber. Do what you got to do. It's up to you all, but be on the ship. And if you need flights, go to Google Flights. And when you go to Google Flights, don't put a destination city, just leave it blank, and it will give you all of the flights around the country. So you may see, you know, yeah. And if you have 2 or 3 airports, just put the 2 or 3 airports in, and just try to put one in and then see the other one. Baby, they is getting ready for Pride, baby. Ooh, these folks getting ready for Pride. It's gonna be packed out here. Ooh, the people already coming out, Lord. Yes, y'all, juicecation is gonna be hot. Come on, come on. So yeah. So y'all, let me say, it has been really interesting on this TGI Friday. Let me say, nobody said anything derogatory about J-Dunn. We were just saying that this heat is getting a lot of attention and why she's getting it. And so, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, go on Google Flights. I think Google Flights is really good when it comes to the rooms. I mean, not the rooms, but the airfare. So if you live in LA, you have a couple of airports that you can go to. So in San Antonio, sometimes San Antonio is cheaper than Austin, but Austin is usually the better fare far as airports. And then I would go to San Antonio and then open it up, not putting a destination in, or I would go to Austin, not put a destination in. And it's going to give you the cheapest flights. Now, cheap is not always better. So you may get on Spirit. Now, if you get on Spirit, baby, you know you're going to pay $54 for that first bag. So if you're going to do that, you better pack everything in that bag and then have a little nasty piece of backpack. Now, it ain't nothing wrong with Spirit. You just got to know how to fly. And a lot of people don't know how to fly. Fly what you got. Long as these airplanes are staying up in the air, it is what it is. Baby, I just need to get there. That's all. So, get it how you live it. But, I will say Spirit has these non-stops. The problem I have with Delta and these other airlines is they want to have all of these, these stops, and then when you have a non-stop from them, they want to charge you an arm and 80 legs. So, that's why a lot of people are going to those, but you just got to know how to do it and know how to pack efficiently. Know how to pack efficiently. So that's all I say. But go to Google Flights. I am going to say the cheapest flights are going to be Spirit. So that $92 round trip out of Austin, that is Spirit, actually Spirit. So I'm just letting y'all know. But y'all travel accordingly. Know the fine print. Well, look, y'all, I'm getting ready to head on out. Y'all have a good one. And we'll talk later on. I might be on later on, baby. I'm just on tonight, boo. I'm like CNN tonight, boo. Yes. Okay. Well, look, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love.